Didn't get a whole lot of questions. Maybe I should think of something creative to do for this video. Nah. Hi everybody, it's Babaloo, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. So I put out on my social media like Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr that I was going to be doing a Q&A video, and I wanted you guys to ask me questions because I wanted to know what you guys wanted to know about me. Now I didn't get a lot of questions, so a normal person probably would have just scrapped the idea and just moved on with something else. But not me. I'm going to do the Q&A anyways because hey, there could be people out there who want to learn more about me. So before I answer this first question, I just want to give you guys a bit of a background. As I said in one of my previous videos, I do musical theater, and I've been doing musical theater since I was 10 or 11 or something like that, and now I'm 24, so it's been going on quite a while. And the theater group that I'm a part of is located in my hometown of Vermilion. Now if you haven't lived in Vermilion or lived near Vermilion, you haven't heard of it. It's a small town. But anyways, let's get to this question. One of the people in my group asked me, what's harder to do? Sing a solo on stage in front of a packed audience, or sit backstage through an ensemble number where nobody knows the words or choreography except you? Well, I think there's two ways to answer this. If you were just starting out and were still a little bit stage frightened, then you would definitely say being on stage singing a solo. However, since I've been doing this for a few years, I don't get stage fright. So for me, it's definitely being backstage. Well, the people on stage don't know the choreography or lyrics, and I do. I can't explain how because you're not even like on stage, people aren't seeing you, but you know, we're all a big group, so even if you're not a part of the mistake, you still sort of feel kind of responsible for it. So moving on, next questions from Facebook again. Who is the better hero, Batman or Superman? Batman. You know, everybody has their own opinion and I respect that, but my opinion is that Batman is better. I'm just not a big Superman fan. And now on to the final question. Yeah, I told you I didn't get very many. So on Twitter, @thereal_Jamesy asked, do you remember your first comic book / your entry point into nerd culture? Also, can I have your Venom and Carnage arts? No, you cannot. In terms of the first question, I kind of got to split this up into 3 separate parts because it's not like I took one step and was suddenly a part of this whole thing. This is going to be a very long answer, but it's a good one, I swear. So I think the first step was the Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, everybody's seen those movies, they were great. Unfortunately, I didn't see Batman Begins when it came out in theaters because I think I was like 13 or something like that when it came out, and there was no theater in my hometown, so it's not like I could just go to the movies whenever I wanted. But I did eventually see it, and I liked it, and while I didn't know a whole bunch about comic book things, I knew about Batman and the Joker and stuff, and at the end of the Batman Begins, when Commissioner Gordon finds the Joker card, oh, even then I was excited. And then the Dark Knight happened. I remember even seeing the first trailer for this. I just needed to see that movie so bad. It looked so good. And Heath Ledger as the Joker was beyond words. That's how good it was. And those movies caused me to take kind of my first little step into geek culture. And the second step was when I was introduced to Doctor Who. I had seen commercials on TV for Doctor Who, and I even tried to watch an episode. But it's the kind of show that's difficult to just dive in head first and understand what's going on. And I didn't know what was happening, and so I didn't like it. My fiance had been watching it, and she had it recommended to her from a friend, and so on and so on. So she gave me the basic background of it, and the very first episode we watched was Blink from season 3. And I mean, seriously, if you thought about getting into Doctor Who, but you're sort of worried that you have to learn too much all at once, just watch Blink. Season 3, Blink. It's so good. And plus, after watching that, you'll forever be scared of stone angels. I am. So with Doctor Who, I ended up getting more into science fiction things. I mean, obviously I'd watched things like Star Wars and Star Trek before, and I liked them, but after watching Doctor Who, it just inspired me to dig even deeper and learn as much as I could. And the final step was reading my first comic. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't an actual physical copy, it was a digital comic, but still, it was a comic. And it was, ready for this? Spider-Man issue 1. Yep. The very first issue was Spider-Man, because I'm the kind of person that likes to go back and see the origin, see how everything started. So I did that with Spider-Man, I did it with Batman, I did it with Iron Man, did it with Thor. I read the beginnings of a lot of comics. However, the one comic that I have to give the most credit to that absolutely hooked me on comics forever is Batman: A Death in the Family. Now, like most people, I hated Jason Todd. I really did. And when I found out that he died in A Death in the Family, I was like, well, I gotta read that. And it had the Joker in it too, so I was all set and I was all ready to read it. And it was so good. And I felt a weird satisfaction when Jason Todd died. Spoilers if any of you haven't read this comic book, even though it's been out since the 80s. So since The Death in the Family, I've read so many more comics. And I regret nothing. It's a shame that more people don't give them a chance, because when they think about comics, they think of the whole pow, bam sort of thing, and that's not what they are anymore. They have really great stories. Most of them do anyways. So that's it for my Q&A. So why don't you guys tell me what was your first step into the whole geek culture thing, or a part of whatever culture you're a part of. If you're a big bookworm or a big movie buff, put it down in the comments and we can discuss. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch the Batman v Superman trailer again. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Now before you guys leave, why don't you go ahead and click on that subscribe button right there, right on the screen. Just click on it and then you can get notified anytime a new video comes out. Also on the screen here, I'm showing you a couple of my older videos. Just click right on them and they'll take you right to them. I really recommend you check them out. And also, if you like this video, click that like button. And you guys can also follow me on all my social medias. I'm on Twitter @Babaloo. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Babaloo. I'm on Tumblr, Babaloo. Yeah, I know, I get really creative with my social media names. And finally, thank you guys for sticking around to the end, and thanks for watching.